As evidenced by today's grass fire, the conditions are dry and favorable for wildfires.
The conditions are dangerous enough. Firefighters will be on alert this weekend and want you to be on alert as well. Here's KRDO News Channel 13's Scott Harrison.
Brush fire is nothing to shake a stick at.
Edward Nicholson has lived in his Southwest Springs home since 1980. It's not far from where a lighter started the fire in the Stratton open space last week. Now he's focused on his fire risk with his neighbor's home surrounded by tall, thick weeds.
The brush certainly could take off with this kind of warm weather and dryness. I'm third house down the road, so I sure hope it doesn't get this far.
What firefighters are most concerned about during this weekend dry spell is how high many of the grasses grew during that wet weather we had in the past year and a half. Firefighters worry that now that this warm weather is melting the snow and drying that grass out, it could provide more fuel for fires than they had to worry about before. The Springs Wildland Fire Team already has been busy chasing down small fires since the last storm passed.
Yes, we've had at least 1 or 2 ignitions every day. We've been able to confine them quickly to just a few feet at the most and extinguish it before it became a big deal.
Schmidt says a fire won't be a big deal if we follow the summer protocol of being careful with lighters and other ignition sources. Edward Nicholson's a believer.
If I happen to run into the neighbors, we'll pass the word.
And avoid calling the fire investigators later. In Colorado Springs, Scott Harrison, KRDO News Channel 13.
And firefighters want to remind you, if you do fire up the grill this weekend, remember it's dry enough out there to spark a fire. And if a spark gets close to grasses and weeds, you're in a lot of trouble.